Who's the leader in Rivers State now?
The governor is the leader.
The governor is the leader?
Yes, he is the leader of Rivers State.
So do you see anything to the...
political leader?
Yeah, political leader of Rivers State. He is.
All right. So do you see anything to the permutations that he may be planning to defect to the APC?
No, what is wrong about that? There's nothing wrong about that. Because if a former vice presidential candidate of a party defects...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong, but you need to look at the optics. So the optics could be that he was coerced, and this was part of the... I'm just saying optics.
Yes, optics, okay.
Yes, he was coerced into... I'm twisted in that sense, that this was the only way out, because we've heard all kinds of things, you know. One of the arguments has always been, when somebody, quote and unquote, let me use a political term, I made you, in that sense.
Yes.
Nobody can debate to the effect the role Nyesom Wike played. I don't think that's debatable.
No, not at all.
And so the issue of leadership becomes contentious. By the party's laws and all of that, of course, the governor is in that sense. So I know that there's also that debate as to who is really the active leader, but that's not even where I'm going to. Yeah. Let's talk about that optics of if he chooses to now join the APC, which he has a right to, nothing stops him. Wouldn't that send you talked about denting the democratic credentials of the president. Isn't that going to further dent? Because it looks like this is the only way, this was one of the ways or the condition to have brought in peace into the state.
You know, at this point, we must be realistic. We must have an understanding of the character of the Nigerian politics. I summarized this in a lecture I gave recently. We operate a malutocracy. A malutocracy.
What does that mean?
It means that just like you lead malus, you say, move this way and you move it. We don't have political parties anymore in the sense of it. We have platforms for political contestation.
But if you say this, why then are you holding the position also that there is nothing wrong with the governor defecting to the APC?
No, that is the point I'm making, right? We don't have platforms. We don't have political parties. Sorry, we don't have political parties. What we have is just some kind of platforms that are put together for people to transmit or escalate from one position to the other. So if we have state governors, formal presidential, vice presidential candidates of parties, just moving on to the extent that even one of the governors even said, if you don't move with me, I will sack you. So there are no ideological events and all that. I had a conversation with a former state party chairman, and I asked him, you've also moved from PDP to this? He said, yes. Okay, what is the first item in Schedule this of your party? He said he doesn't know. He does not even have a copy of the party. So what I'm trying to say is that in the interest of peace, Fubara made a statement that he would do anything to bring back peace in the state. And I don't see it as, Nigerians don't see it as a serious issue that people are defecting, or maybe tomorrow, even Tinubu himself, if he decides to defect to PDP, because he finds that as a veritable platform for him to contest another. It's not a serious matter.